We started in 1689 to make muskets for the Swedish army at the very same spot where the factory is located today.
Husqvarna was a little village with muddy streets and 2 rows of houses.
And there was a big castle, and this big castle, a big house, had a mill. So the mill of the house is Husqvarna.
For nearly 180 years, Husqvarna had almost only one customer, and that were the armed forces of Sweden. The management of Husqvarna felt that this might not last very long.
The arms production here had started to come down as Sweden wasn't so much involved in wars any longer.
And so they sent an engineer to United States to try to find out a new product that they could produce with the skill they already have. So he came back and said, we have to make sewing machines.
Sewing machines was the first product, and the product which meant the start of the new industrial era.
And the sewing machines as such has then of course lived through many interesting stages.
This is the first model ever made in the company. It's named the Northern Star. It went into production 1872. It was only 500 of these models made. It got a simple design. They call it a catback.
In 1883, they launched the Freya, and the Freya was a big hit. This machine stayed in production until 1925. The Freya and the Triumph, they laid the foundation for Husqvarna's excellent reputation for quality. The Husqvarna models, who really had exclusive features, started to be produced in the 1950s. The first model was a Class 20. It featured the unique Husqvarna jam-proof hook.
Yeah, in the 60s we had the 2000 series introduced, and it came with tri-motion, which meant that you could the first time sew backwards. Until then you had only been able to sew forward with a machine.
And that was really the very first machine that really made sewing very easy and quick, because it has a color code system.
The real expansion of sewing machines and other products in export markets came in the 60s. One of the drawbacks of Husqvarna was a difficult name, because it was hard to pronounce in most other countries. Husqvarna, I heard a lot in France, or Husqvarna, and Husqvarna in English-speaking countries, I think. Once you have learned to say it, you never forgot it.
Yeah, in the 70s we came with the first oil-free machine. Up till that point you had to oil the hook, for example, and that would mean you could always get the oil on the fabric when you were sewing. The 1970s was marked by more stitches, more decorative stitches, and the first electronics into the sewing machines. When we came to the 1980s, we saw huge possibilities for a computer-controlled sewing machine. Our major question was, can we get the price we need in order to pay for it? And our strong belief was, yes, we can. So we introduced the 6690, the first computerized sewing machine in the world, and it could actually write and make alphabets for you.